Welcome students to the another class of Introduction to Computer Science. In this class, we will be learning about another application software of Microsoft, that is Microsoft PowerPoint. Why do we use Microsoft PowerPoint? Microsoft PowerPoint is used to make presentations. So if you are a business student, if you're a computer science student, if you're an engineering student, in all in all your subjects you will be requiring Microsoft PowerPoint to make your presentations on the given topic. Similarly, if you are a professional and you are working as a business development manager, so in order to make your presentation of your product or your service, you need to be knowing how to use Microsoft PowerPoint in an effective and efficient manner. So I have opened Microsoft PowerPoint 2013, and on your screen you will see that there are certain templates available. I'll be opening a blank presentation, and after opening this blank presentation, you will see on the top that whatever is there on the top is your ribbon, just like Word and Excel. So this is all your ribbon, and on your ribbon you have different tabs: tabs of home, tabs of insert, tab of design, tab of transition, tab of animation, tab of slideshow, tab of review, and tab of view. So these are the tabs available. So I'll click on the tab of home, and after clicking on the tab of home, uh, the first thing that I can see is here over here are the slides, and in slide we have a new slide layout. I'll click on the option of layout, and the first thing that I need to do is I need to mention the heading. So in order to mention the heading, the layout will be title and slide. So after selecting this layout, I'll come over here and I'll write the topic on which I'm making the presentation. For example, I'm making the presentation on the types of on the types of computers, the types of computers, and it will be presented by myself. So I'll write presented by, and I'll write my name, for example, right? So the first heading will be the title. Underneath you can write who is presenting it. Then if you want to add another slide underneath this first slide, so you can go over here and click on the new slide. And when you click on new slide, now there are the layouts available. So in my second slide I want the title and the content, so I'll click on this option, and again I can copy the same title, that is the types of computers, over here and paste it. And here I can write the type. For example, I can write embedded computers. I can write the personal computers. I can write, for example, supercomputers. I can write mainframe computers. So, for example, these are the types, right? So you have written the types in this layout. Now, understanding this layout is we have the title and the content. So if I'll be adding another slide underneath over here, new slide, or I can add I can go over here and I can add a new slide, title and content. Now here I need to write about let's suppose personal computers. I'm selecting the personal computers and I'm pasting it over here like the heading, and here I want to add the details of the personal computer. So what I can do is, now my layout is title and content. Now over here you can see you can add either a table. Let's suppose I want to add a table of 2 rows and 2 columns. I can add a table as well. I can add a graphical chart as well. For example, I want a pie chart showing the statistics, so I can add that chart as well over here. and by default it will be linked with an Excel sheet where I'll be entering my values. I'll remove it. Okay. Similarly, you can add smart art graphics by clicking on it. You will see that there are different list, different processes, different cycle, different hierarchy. So you can add different, for example, you want to write any process, so you can select one graphics and you can insert it. So you will be having the graphics over here in the content. So I'm removing it. Then if you want to add any picture from your computer, so you can click on this option and you can browse the picture from your own computer. If you want to have an online picture, you can click on this option, and if you want to insert any video, so you can click on this option and you can insert a video. So in this layout, these are the options available. Now, moving ahead, in the ribbon you have the tab of design, and in the design tab you can select the theme of your presentation, right? So in order to select the theme, you will see over here there are by default different themes available. So if you like this theme, you can add this theme. It will be applied to all the slides of yours. Here you have the color variants as well. So if you think that green is not good, you can go for the blue one. And if you want more variants, so you can go to the color and you can customize the color as per your requirements, right? Okay, so we have inserted the themes, right? And we have inserted the heading. Let's suppose now I need to write uh, uh, now I need to add content over here of the personal computer. So in order to add the content of the personal computer along with the picture, what I can do is I can go to this layout. I can click a right click. I'll go to layout, and in layout now I have the option of content with the caption. So I can click on this option. Here I can insert a picture, and here I can write the caption of the picture. For example, I'm going to the pictures. I'm browsing the picture from my computer. So I'm going to the folder where I've kept my pictures. So let's suppose I need to incorporate the picture of the personal PC. I'll insert it over here. Now here you'll see the picture is here, and over here I can write the details of this personal computer over here, right? Okay. So personal computers are those computers that are being used by one person at a time. So let's suppose I am writing this, that being by one person at one time, right? Okay. So I need to add another heading of, let's suppose, the supercomputer. So I'll right click, I'll go over here and I'll add a new slide. And let's suppose I want the slide like this of two content. So I can go over here, and here I can write supercomputers as in the heading, right? Okay, now here I'll be writing the description of the supercomputer, and here I can add the picture of the supercomputer. Let's suppose I can add the picture of the supercomputer over here, and over here I can write the description of the supercomputers, that those computers that are meant to perform high-end computing, right? Okay, so this is how you can select the different layouts that are available, and you can add the content. Uh, Apart from this, you will see the transition tab. In transition tab, there are different transitions available that you can add on your slides. For example, you want the fade effect or you want the push effect. So let's suppose I am applying the push effect, and there are options available that either you want push from the top or the right or the left or the bottom. So let's suppose I'm selecting from the top, and here you have the option either you want to apply to all. So I am selecting on applying to all. So this transition will be applied to all of my slides. Again, this is the duration of the transition, and here it's enabled that the transition will be applied if I'll be pressing a mouse click, or if I'll be pressing the down arrow key, right? I can uncheck this as well, and I can go for the time as well. I can set the time as well, like for after 30 seconds, the slides can be changed, and also these are the things that I can apply in the transition, right? So if I see by selecting the complete presentation view, the full view, over here I can see my slides, right? So the you can see the push effect, right, that I've applied to all my slides. So when I'm changing my slides, you can see the slides are getting changed, right? Okay. Apart from this, apart from the transitions, you have the option of animation. So the animation can be applied on in any object. For example, I am creating a new slide, uh, and I want this slide to be a blank one. So I'll go to the layout, and then I'll select a blank one, and now I want to add a step of the animation. So I'll go to the insert tab, and first I'll be creating an object. I'll create a shape like this. I select this shape, press Ctrl C, and I'll press Ctrl V, let's suppose 3 times. Okay, I'm keeping this over here, and I can select this again, and I'll be adding this shape for the fourth time, right? Now let's suppose this is step one. This one is step 2. This one is step 3, and this one is a step 4. So I want to move these objects on one another, as in the animations. I'll select this is step 1. I'll go to the tab of animation. Now here you have different effects. For instance, you want this object to be coming like this, so you want the object to split in. So I do not want these effects, so I'll select none, but I want these to move around. In order to move around, I'll select this object, and I want this object to go at the place of step 2. In such case, I'll after selecting my object, I'll go to the animation. I have the option of more motion paths over here. I'll click on the option of right, because I need to move this object on my right hand side, and I'll extend this over here, overlapping it. Now, if I click on the preview, you will see that my first object will go to step 2. Now, I'll be selecting step 2 from here, and I want this to be coming down. So, in order to move it down, I need to again go to the add animation. I'll go to more motion paths, and I'll select down. I'll click on OK, and I'll extend it till here. Now, here you can see that it is overlapping step 3. Now, again, I'll click on preview, so you'll see step 1 is coming to step 2, step 2 is coming to step 3. Now I need to move my step 3 to step 4, so I'll select step 3. I'll again go to add animation. I'll select more motion paths, and I need to move this object to my left hand side. So I need to select uh, left from here, and I'll click on OK, and I'll extend this till step 4 so that it can be overlapped. Now again I'll see the preview. You'll see that step 1 will go to step 2, step 2 will go to step 3, and step 3 is going to step 4. And the last step is step 4 will be going towards step 1. So I'm selecting step 4, again going to add animation, going to more motion paths, and now I want this to move upward. So in order to move it upward, I need to find where the option is. Here we have up. I'll select OK. I'll move it over here. So again, the object will be appearing over here, right? So this is how you can make the animation. You can move the object. The same animation can be applied on any picture as well, right? So at the end of our presentation, I can add another new slide, and in the last slide, I can go to the layout and I can select, let's suppose, the title only, and here I can write. I can select the title only, and here I can write, let's suppose, thank you. I can move this a bit in the center. Okay, if I want this text to be coming in the center, so I'll go to the home tab. Here we have the paragraph, and here we have the center content. I'll select this, right? So it is coming in the center. So if you want to just check your presentation, you'll go to the first slide, or you could go to the tab of slideshow where you can select the option of from beginning, and from here you can see the transitions uh, that you've added in your content, and here you can see the animation moving as well as you have added, and moving to the last slide. So this is the brief lecture of Microsoft PowerPoint. Apart from this, there are few more things that I want to tell you people. Let's suppose when you are writing the text and you want to change the font type, so you can click on the option, and you can go to the home tab where you have the option of font. So you can change the font type, you can increase the font size, right? Apart from this, if you want to, let's suppose, add bullets over here, so whatever you are writing relevant, and when you press enter, so the bullets will be coming from here. You can add the bullets or whatever numbering you want to add in, right? Apart from this, there are a few more things that I want to tell you people. uh, if you want to add anything, so in the insert tab, you have the option of the new slide and all. You have the option of table. You have the option of incorporating the pictures. You have the option of adding online pictures. You can place a screenshot of your screen. Uh, you have the option of shapes. You can draw different shapes. You have the option of smart art, which I have mentioned earlier. You can incorporate the graph chart as well. Again, it will be opened with the help of an Excel file at the back end. Apart from this, you can add comments in the presentation. The comment section appears beneath your slide over here. So you can add the comment by clicking new, uh, and it will be helpful for the reviewer who is watching your presentation. You can click on the header and footer, and you can check the option of date and time. And if you apply to also on each of the slide, you will see in the footer the date will be appearing on each of the slide. Apart from this, you can add the word art. You can add the slide number. Again, if you want to add the slide number, you can pick it, for instance, select it, and you can apply to all. So here you see that the slides number are visible. Okay, apart from this, if you want to add any equation, so you can go to the insert tab and go for the equation. uh, Apart from this, you can also add the video in your lecture. Let's suppose I'm going over here. uh, let's suppose I'm adding a new slide over here. I'm adding a new slide, and in this new slide, I'm changing its layout to, let's suppose, title and content, and I'm adding a video. So in order to add the video, you have the option of insert video, and you have the option of insert video as well. Even you can add the audio as well. So if I'm adding a video, it will be giving me the options from where you want to add this video. So either you want the YouTube video, or you want to browse from your computer. So if I'll be selecting browse from the computer, so I can have a video of uh, from my computer, and if I play it, you can see the navigation pane. You can see that the video is incorporated in your PPT as well. Apart from this, We are done with the designing, we are done with the transition, we are done with the animation. So you all know about the slideshow as well, that how you can uh, open the PPT from the beginning or from the current slide. The last option that I want to discuss with you people is the review tab, in which we have the option of spell check. So it is necessary that after completing your presentation, you go to the review tab and run the spelling check, which will guide you that either there are uh, spelling mistakes or not. So it is recommended to run the spell check. Apart from this, you have the option of the view tab. In the view tab, at the moment we have opened the normal view. We can click on the outline view. In the outline view, we will see on the left hand side that all the details will be visible over here along with your PPT, and the notes can be seen as well. If you click on the option of slide sorter, so on one screen you will be seeing all your slides like this. If you click on the page notes, on each page you will be having one slide along with the page note or the comment section. And if you click on the read view, it will go to the full view of the slide, right? So these are the options that are available in the view tab. So this was all about Microsoft PowerPoint presentation. I hope you all understood it, and thank you so much.